show up in the classroom one morning, and on the big center table, there's a couple of our really nice lights sort of strewn on the table with the electrical cords shredded. And I'd never seen anything like this in my life. And I kind of got there, and like all the students were sitting around the table. I'm kind of looking at the lights, and there's no note and no one's saying anything. And I just kind of go ballistic because this is actually it's fairly expensive equipment. And again, I can't even conceive of how you would rip these heavy gauge light cords in half. And I mean, I go ballistic. I'm sure I'm swearing at him. I'm screaming, "Who did this? I can't believe someone did this and doesn't have, the guts to take responsibility." And then finally, this sort of quiet kid who's a fairly good student raised his hand. He's like, "Well, it was me. And what happened was we were filming this scene in the dorms, in the elevator, and there wasn't enough light in the elevator to get a good exposure, so I brought one of the lights into the elevator, and then the elevator doors closed." At which point I go from being really furious to being horrified because the elevators in this place were these metal cages. And I just had this vision of them getting electrocuted, this live electrical cord, frying like 5 high school students. And I'm sure I didn't start laughing, but it was like, wow, I was amazed. Like, that's an amazing story. And I'm like, well, that explains one of the lights. What happened to the other? And he's like, well, because the light got cut in half the first time, we didn't get the shot, and we had to do it again. And I was like, well, I'm really glad you learned your lesson the first time.